he knows me too, by the way. Okay. Like if you're saying this to me and I'm the RVP, I don't know what you're saying to the new guests. We have to think like $100 million company. We have to think like that. Now it's okay. We're gonna get some people. They're you know, but the greeter and the front desk person and the technology, we need your help, man. I can't do it all myself. That's not our job. I need room to throw the ball, and I'll throw it, and I'll throw it perfectly if the receiver's open. And I will make a few mistakes, but you guys got to do your part. We got to run a good thing. 50, 60 people, 10, 15 guests a week. Some of these people, they're our clients, they're coming out getting licensed. We need to do a better job with the op meeting. And listen, if you're not 100% sold out to the op meeting, get sold out. The Wednesday, especially the Saturday, I wouldn't, you know, they're both great, but you know, Samir was talking about recruiting, right? I'll just be honest with you too. And I'm not saying we're going to do this, but you know, when we used to recruit 100, 150 people a month, we had 4 or 5 op meetings a week and they were all packed. They're all 7 to 10 people. We'd have an orientation on Saturday and there was 20 people coming back. So if we can't pack out 2 with you guys, you're not going to recruit. You're not going to. And then you're going to start to die. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's what's going to happen. So, you know, I need your guys' ideas. And, you know, a lot of you guys go to professional events. We need to do a better job. You know, second thing, right? Same thing I talk about all the time. Daily accountability. Daily accountability. You know, one thing, you know, I was thinking about this. And consistency, right? I always talk about this. Consistency is better than intensity. And how important is your daily routine? But more importantly, how important is your morning? Yeah. And you know what I've realized, and it's funny, obviously you know this because a morning routine, but I realize this because I talk to people like Samir and I talk to Shondell. Okay. And you had it right. Shondell has a leg. She's strong, like his are twigs. Okay. But your morning routine is very important. You get, you know, it gives you momentum throughout the day. And if you wake up late, you know how you feel. If you're like me, which most of you are, you feel guilty and you're shameful. Because you've already started 0-3. You're already starting uphill. That sucks. But you know what else it does? And I realize this from talking to people that have a morning routine that do, and I do stuff in the morning, but like, I'm talking like real shit in the morning, like a workout in the morning. A morning routine, especially like a great morning routine, it doesn't just carry you throughout the day. It's like an anchor in your whole world. What do I mean by that? Call Shondell past, I don't know, 10:30. You can't do it. But she's got to wake up at, what time do you wake up? 5. And go freaking get it on. See, like when you got like real stuff to do, like I don't stay up till 11. I fall asleep. There's a difference. I don't go to bed. I'm fighting for dear life to try to stay awake so I don't feel like an old geriatric idiot. Like, wow. Ooh, 8:45. You can't stay up. Like you might get a random text from me at 3:30 in the morning. That's because I fell asleep at 7:20 and I woke up at 3 and I'm wide awake. I didn't stay up till 3. Okay. That was like I went to bed 2 hours early. That's what happened. But you know why? Because people got real stuff to do in the morning. Talk to them. It's like it's like they're not, like I said, it's an anchor in their whole world. That's why you guys got to do better. You know, some of you guys, you know, it's funny. I talk to you guys, and your day is getting started so late. 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30. Come on, man. You know, obviously I have my life, I live my life, my lens looks through the life that I have. I have kids and stuff like that. But I'm thinking like for you guys, like, and look, obviously your reasons, all those things, if, you know, some people, if you have more kids, you'll do better. I mean, now, don't have kids, okay? Don't have kids, okay? Do not have kids. Because if you can't manage a dog, you can't manage children. Okay? If you can't manage, you know, your little distractions with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you can't get married. I mean it. I'm wondering how the freak are you gonna be able to do these things if you can't have a kid and a dog and 1 or 2 people, you can't manage one Friday, you know, like, I don't get, you can't say no to the littlest, stupidest things to go and have an incredible life.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so funny, you do the same things over and over again, then scream about complaining. It's like, why? So many things, right? But I say it all the time. You gotta put your daily numbers in, man. No one can help you if you don't have a score. If you're not tracking, no one can help you. You know, look, it's June. 5 months of the year are gone. What's your best streak of putting in your daily numbers, of reading, of booking appointments, of, you know, we're gonna start incorporating some accountability on Monday. Okay, it won't be this Monday, but we will start next Monday, and we're gonna, I don't know if you did it in the beginning of the meeting, but you know, hey, where are you at for the week? How many appointments did you set? How many guests did you have at both op meetings? We'll have some sort of thing. Chandel and I are working right now on finding a new scoring where the updates, so Chandel doesn't have to calculate the numbers, you know, but you got to know, man, you're not coming here for, like Jen talked about this on Saturday, entertainment or just as a distraction. Monday, you're coming here to grow a business. Licensing process, you know, one thing, you know, Alex had a recruit, right? And one thing that we learned about the licensing, and Samir was spending time with people that, you know, are the best of the company or around the best of the company, which is, you know, that whole Florida Willie organization, which has set all the records in company history of getting people licensed. It is the #1 life insurance licensing in the entire country. Forget just Primerica. Okay? Primerica is great, but there's greatness in Primerica, and that hierarchy has it. And so Samir was picking somebody's brain. He said, the licensing process, and you can kind of fill me in on how sacred it is. Talk about that.
So these guys that are all millionaires and doing thousands of sales and women in their organization, they still to this day manage a licensing process. They call the new recruits, they keep up with the fingerprinting, they keep up with the paperwork, they keep up with getting people qualified because they see it as such a, like the most important driver of their entire business, of which all of them are making over 100,000 a month, that they're just not willing to hand that down to anybody else.
Okay, so, you know, and he told me this, and you know, every time he says it, it's an epiphany. They do everything, and Diana on the broadcast, I don't know if anybody saw it, what she said about the licensing specialist. She said, basically, that was the worst thing in the world, is having a licensing specialist. It's like a fraud. And she used a word, I forgot the word, basically like hiring somebody to do the work that you should be doing will kill your business. I was like, wow, because the company's really pushing it. She's like, nah. We do it. We're the licensing, like we know the chapters and the studying and the fingerprinting, every single thing. So this was an eye opener. Like I've always been decent at licensing. When I say decent, I can't even say that word with what I realize now is good. Okay, because these guys are so great at it. But I've always been okay. My directs, I've already gotten 4 people licensed this year direct to me. Just had somebody last month, right? Somebody here who's not sure if he's brand new, even though he's just brand new. He's in there right now. He's been here for a while. You've been here for just brand new, right? But he's licensed, right? I have 4 directs licensed this year. That's almost 1 a month. And Alex hired somebody, real sharp kid. Nice guy, young kid, self-employed, fixes bikes, makes good money per bike. He might make $200, $300, $400, $500, 18, he's got a little voicemail message, works with Alex at a bike shop, right? And you prospected him, got him in here, and and Alex recruited him, brought him to on a Monday or a Wednesday, kid signed up, went to class 3 days later. And he already finished class, and I was calling him to schedule this exam. And I got lazy. I was like, all right, let's schedule it. And then I was gonna do it online. I didn't know really how it worked online. And then I was like, all right, you call in. He didn't call in. And then it was like, I promise you, it was like a 12-hour window, 12. And I was like, and I felt something. My spidey sense kind of was like, all right, he's not calling back right away. He called back. I'm going to do it. Didn't do it. Gone. And it made me think of what Samir said. It's just how quick they can go. And this was not a recruit quitting. It's not that. It's, and then I think about Val. Val, this is kind of to transfer to shift. Val had 2 recruits scheduled. Right? She had a few more, but on Cheryl's team, right? Who was those 2 guys, Stuart? Yeah, right. And for somehow, because maybe they got in the email or they learned how to schedule online, they figured out the rescheduling policy.
Yeah.
And now they just reschedule on their own. And I think they called the insurance commission, they figured out to reschedule it to 2026.
Oh my God.
And nothing makes me feel better than I'll call Val because she's like, yeah, I got 2 people scheduled. And then right before they're going to take the test, hey, they're taking it. That makes me feel better about myself when she shrinks. Right. This week. They found that link and they're never going to take it. And it goes to show, right, like how much better we have to be at actual licensing and actually getting people to take the test. Because we as a group, we have a lot of dead bodies out there. And it's because we're letting our new recruits do it themselves. We're letting our new recruits let their new recruits schedule, explain you can pass. No. They should never hear. Look, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna be like a freaking investigator now. I'm gonna talk to your new recruits. I'm gonna talk to you about your schedule. Because that's how I'm gonna find out. Because it doesn't work, guys. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. We actually have smart people, intelligent people. I have business people, and I'm not saying this to brag, but that was an accident. So that means you guys are really bad. And I am too. We need to do a much better job. And that's why our securities licensing is not good. Our SIE are 6 or 63 because we're not getting people scheduled. We don't know the process. We're just delegating and we're letting. She said, Diana said, hiring somebody, paying them is a fraud. You would think if you're paying somebody to do it, that would be it. And this is something the company is promoting. $900,000 earner. She'll probably be the quickest to 1,000 licenses in the company ever. Licensing 25, 30 people a month said the licensing specialist is a fraud. And so we need to take pride in you micromanaging the licensing process. Know where people are on the, and like I say this all the time, and you guys should do it, right? Go freaking take the test. Go spend $35, go take the test. See what's on there. See what the testing center is.
Miguel has the book.
Is that what you said? $2 million earner, quickest person in $2 million. Quick Second quickest to 1 million, me can lead them to 1 million, the quickest to 2 million. Has the book memorized. So, you know, guys, 1,000, all right, last thing. You know, one thing we talk about with our group prospecting is niche marketing. Okay, this is it. Right. What's niche marketing, Josh?
When you find a specific application or group and you target their target.
So one thing I've learned in studying some of the digital marketing stuff from start is you never mass market. That never works. You never market to the mass. Niches lead to riches, bitches. Niches lead to riches, bitches. So you want to find a segment of the market that's about 10%. And it could be an ethnic group. Filipinos, could be a certain language speaking, right? And you want to go to, you know, we have people that are doing teachers and nurses. Right now, I'm like aggressively focused on tax professionals. And talking to, and I mean, you got to know their language, their jargon, their pain points. If you talk to a Filipino nurse, Sheila knows it so well. And not just because of her personal experience, what she's learned over the last 7 years being in Primerica and talking to them, how they're marketed, how they're sold these policies, what their intention is when providing for their family. You know, when I started in the business, I went after students. That's what I did. And that's why all my stories were young students. Because people graduating college going into corporate America, right? You got to find a segment of the market that they'll become fans of yours, and then they'll bleed into the mass market. That's how it works. You don't ever try to market to the mass market. It doesn't work. But you got to find a couple categories, right? Whether it be truckers, teachers, tax advisors, healthcare professionals, nurses, you know, Filipino nurses. No, I'm being serious, right? This is not like, and then, you know, you become a prominent influencer in that community because you're talking to them. So you got to join the Facebook group. You got to attend the LinkedIn events. And these are just some things I'm focused on that, you know, as studying Sheila, what she's doing. And now her business is bleeding outside of that. She's still fundamentally very strong. So anyways, all right, so we'll